Tonight, Bradley, Canate, Van Dijk and Robertson are the back four. Then Gravenberch with Szoboszlai and Jones in midfield. Salah and Gakpo either side of Darwin Núñez. Luis Diaz was being given quite a rigorous warm-up, wasn't he, at half-time?
Absolutely, yeah.
Might well see him in the second half, but Liverpool on the attack towards the Kop, and the ball is played across behind Núñez, who does well, actually, to grab it back, then played across to Salah. Salah beats Spence, shoots low, it took a deflection, and in any case, I think it was probably going wide with the deflection, and Kinski, nevertheless, dived down to his left and made sure. Just got a touch to it, and it's a corner to Liverpool right at the start of the second half.
Yeah, it's a great little run from Gakpo, and he just played it in behind Szoboszlai. Szoboszlai digs it out, and Salah couldn't do anything with it. White shirts all over him again. Another corner. What's that? Number 10 for Liverpool now? Is it something like that?
Yeah, number 10. And it's going to be taken way down below us, just to our right. Two big steps back by Andy Robertson. So it's a left-footed in-swinger from the right side into the near post. Attempted flick by Szoboszlai. It came off Bentancur actually in the end, who was just behind him to deflect it round his post for another corner, second successive corner. Choice of listening right now, by the way, Arsenal-Manchester City in the Women's League Cup semi-final is on Sports Extra right now. If you switch across, Ailey Barber and then Nita Asante with the commentary. But the corner for Liverpool. Robertson to take it. It's glanced across. Kinski was able to save it. Szoboszlai got his head to it, glanced it through a crowded 6-yard box, and Kinski pushed it away. Liverpool threatening that second goal that would take them ahead in the tie. Gravenberch. Then to Jones. Now here's Gakpo onto his right foot. Shoots low across the box. Blocked by Danso, the debutant. And then headed away, but given back to Gakpo, who will use Jones, who is stationed 35 yards from goal. And Liverpool go all the way back towards the halfway line. So, yes, Danso, one of two substitutes. Danso on loan from Lens, is in central defence with Ben Davis. Ball's played over the top. Here is Danso, is able to head it away. Archie Gray at right back, Jed Spence at left back, Kinski in goal, Bentancur, Sarr and Basuma in midfield, Kulusevski and Son in the wide areas, and Tell having come on for his debut late in the first half for the injured Richarlison. Another injury. Tottenham. It is easing a little their injury problems, but still a long injury list as Spence wins a free kick near the halfway line. Yeah, no Van der Ven tonight, who wasn't involved at the weekend against Brentford. Ange Postecoglou said, yeah, he's just not right at the moment, which is a worry. But no Brennan Johnson, no James Maddison, Solanke's out, Timo Werner as well, and that's just some of them. And now Richarlison added to the list as well. Chesterfield have extended their lead against Doncaster Rovers in League 2. It's 3-1 Chesterfield. Liverpool having to defend here, but they do effectively. Robertson is able to take the ball and then clear it out of play near the halfway line. Dry, cold night on Merseyside. Liverpool leading on the night. Gakpo's goal late in the first half. As Kelly was saying to Dion, not a thing of great beauty, but they needed it as the ball is played forward by Tottenham, by Davis, but it comes back at them. Salah went for an early ball. Kinski's come, and he's caught Núñez. It's a penalty. Núñez went sprawling. It was a tight one. Kinski raced out of the 6-yard box, but Núñez running onto it just got a touch. Kinski went down, caught him. Down went the Uruguayan, and referee Pawson pointed to the spot.
And I think he gets it absolutely spot on as well. I mean, the touch from Salah in front of his own manager, in front of the dugouts, he turns out the sky, he pulls it, takes it down the right wing. You can see Núñez is making his run across the keeper, and Salah just leaves it in an area which tempts the keeper out about 10-15 yards out of his box. And we know that Núñez is quick. He gets there as quick as he possibly can, and he just toes it away from Kinski. Kinski's committed, catches his foot. Referee's absolutely right to point to the spot. But who's going to take it?
Well, who? Who, I wonder. Yeah, that man, Mo Salah, has got the ball in his hands. There was never any doubt. And Kinski, Núñez took him wine, so there was no suggestion that there would be a red card or anything like that. It was a genuine attempt by him to go for the ball for the goalkeeper, but now Kinski, in the early days of his Liverpool career, well, these are big moments. Doesn't get much bigger than this, facing a penalty from Mo Salah at the cup end of Anfield, and this to put Liverpool ahead in this semi-final tie. Salah steps out to his right and then left-footed, sent it high into the top corner. Kinski went the wrong way, down to his left. A brilliant penalty from Salah. That was of the unstoppable variety, and Liverpool have now turned it around. 1-0 down after the first leg. Liverpool 2-0 up on the night. Salah scoring his 8th penalty of the season. Now he turns to the Kop. He beats his chest. He clenches his fists. He goes down on his knees and he kisses the turf. That's number 26 of the season for Liverpool, for Salah. Liverpool 2-0 on the night and leading 2-1 on aggregate.
I'm not sure I've seen many better penalties when I've been watching anybody play football. It's an absolute beauty. He's left-footed, he's put it to the keeper's right, to his left, in the top corner from the penalty spot with pace, and it's an absolute fantastic penalty. Wow.
Liverpool knew that they had to win by 2 clear goals tonight to reach the final without recourse to penalties. That is what they're doing. And we are only 7 minutes into the second half here at Anfield. And Tottenham now have got a lot to do. Not out of it, not by any means. But Liverpool with their tails up, and Nunez, having won the penalty, plays them ball to Salah. Salah across for the outside of his left boot, looking for the run of Jones into the penalty area. Tottenham dealt with that, but they are under the pump now. Ange Postecoglou's side, they are staring at semi-final defeat now. But again, underline it, Dion, they're not out of it. You know, if they're able to get a goal back, it's parity again.
Absolutely, and they've just got to settle down, Spurs. At the moment, they are just... What they're doing is they're working really hard to get back, but they're not getting back into any shape, and they're leaving lots of spaces in between each other where Liverpool are finding those gaps and those runs and those passes.
2-0 to Liverpool. Gakpo and Salah. Chesterfield now 4-1 up on Doncaster Rovers. And Spence into the tackle with Gravenberch. And it's out of play for a throw into Liverpool inside their own half. So yet another match where Mo Salah gets an assist and a goal, as I say, his 8th penalty of the season. He's not infallible. Remember the one that he missed against Real Madrid here at the Kop end?
Oh, we can forget about that one.
But as you say, you know, to hit it like that with his left foot into the top corner, up where the owl sleeps, I think the phrase that they use in Brazil.
It's so difficult to do. It really is, especially under pressure. I know he loves pressure, Mo Salah, and he's the best in the business at it, but to do it under this, you know, it's amazing.
Tottenham vainly trying to come forward with Gray, and now Kulusevski, who's been kept extremely quiet, so Son as well. But, you know, Tottenham have played most of the match in their own half. Kulusevski and Son. You know, normally with Tottenham, you expect to see them go, you know, fight fire with fire. And everyone who was witnessing their match at Brentford at the weekend said that they were more pragmatic in that match. But here, you know, we've seen little or nothing of Son, for example.
I'm very surprised.
However, Tottenham do break away with it, with Kulusevski, who slips the ball forward for Tell to chase. Thought about the early cross, in fact goes for that cross, which took a deflection of Konate, it was, who went across there with him, so it's a corner. And Tell, even though he's in his first minutes really as a Tottenham player, turns to those 5,000-6,000 Tottenham fans in the lower tier, just behind that goal there, and raises his arms and says to those Tottenham fans, come on, we need your support, as Tottenham have a corner. 2-0 down on the night, 2-1 down on aggregate. Corner to be taken from the right side. Kulusevski into the edge of the 6-yard box, where it's headed away by Nunez, out to Bentancur. Bentancur is being forced by Gakpo to pass it back to Spence. Spence and Sarr together. Spence says, give it to me, but then overruns it. Gravenberch, Liverpool could break away here. And that's what they do. Pass to Salah. Salah's on the right, but he's up against Sarr, who does well. Good recovery, actually, went in with the challenge. And that tackle took the ball to Jed Spence. And Tell actually has come 10 yards and more back inside his own half. The young forward. Gray now with a pass, but that's easily cut out by the head of Robertson, who just knocked it out of play. And Tottenham have a throw near the halfway line. It's going to be a double change for Tottenham very shortly. Pedro Porro and Lucas Bergvall coming on. Bergvall, the man who scored Tottenham's only goal of the tie so far. 1-0 after the first leg, but now 2-0 Liverpool lead. Gakpo and Salah, and just like Gakpo, who scored in a 7th consecutive home appearance for Salah, that is now him scoring in 5 consecutive home appearances. Great record of scoring against Tottenham. I remember very well, as I'm sure you do as well, Dion, the penalty that he scored against Tottenham early on in the Champions League final between the two in Madrid that set the tone for that match. Played each other in a Champions League final, but this is the very first time they've played each other in a domestic semi-final, despite all of their various achievements. And here we see the changes now. So it's Sarr coming off from the midfield. He's had his injury problems recently, Pape Sarr. And Bergvall, the young Swede, another of the teenagers, the 19-year-old, comes on to replace him. And Pedro Porro is going to come on. I think that was that Bissouma's number? It was. So Bissouma.
Yeah, I think he's gone off on the far side, Bissouma.
Yeah. So let's see how Tottenham rejig this. Pedro Porro has gone over to the right. So where is Archie Gray going? Well, at the moment, Gray is over here.
Come over to the left-hand side, isn't he?
Left back. And Jed Spence is now in an advanced position on the right-hand side. So Porro at right back and Jed Spence playing ahead of him. And actually Porro then passes it to Spence. And here is Spence into the full-back position. Liverpool have got bodies back. Porro. And then the ball played forward to Spence again. And Spence sets himself, crosses it across the box, but Robertson was there. Bradley was there and able to clear it away for Liverpool. Ben Davies back to Porro again. So Ange Postecoglou 2-0 down in the tie. Those two changes, that's altered things quite significantly for Tottenham.
They even look better balanced now. It's been a minute and they look more balanced already, Spurs.
And Archie Gray with Mo Salah all over the back of him just keeps the ball and plays it back to goalkeeper Kinski. Ben Davies, Kulusevski, who is now going to be more central, so that's another part of it for Tottenham. That could be significant. Plays it to Son into the action. Kulusevski into the box on the left-hand side. Kulusevski then on his right foot, back to Bentancur. Right foot shot, but underneath it. And that is landing almost right at the back of the lower section where all of the Tottenham fans are. So 2-0 Liverpool continue to lead. And as for the Women's League Cup semi-final, Sohail Sahi.
1-1 here, John. We're into 5 added minutes at the end of this game. And Manchester City just had a golden chance. Good move down the right-hand side to the dead ball line. They pulled the cross back. And Jill Rood was 7 yards away. She headed the ball back where it came from, but just grazed the outside of the side netting. Arsenal 1, Manchester City 1.
Commentary continues on 5 Sports Extra as Kinski had to be quick there under pressure. The Tottenham goalkeeper under pressure from Nunez, who's forced the error. Couldn't find Gray with the pass, and it's out of play for a throw-in to Liverpool, almost up level with the edge of the Tottenham penalty area. So 2-0 to Liverpool in this semi-final. This is the second of 8 consecutive days of cup commentaries on 5 Live from the various competitions. The FA Cup over the course of the weekend and on into next week, and then the Champions League on Tuesday and Wednesday night. We'll be bringing you, very much looking forward to the FA Cup this weekend, Dion. Tomorrow night, Manchester United against Leicester, so Mike Mainé and Michael Brown will be commentating on that this time tomorrow, live from Old Trafford, with the FA Cup and the Six Nations. Some big games there. You will hear that on 5 Live and Sports Extra, almost wall-to-wall commentary over the weekend, and then the Super Bowl as well on Sunday night. Last thing, here's Bradley passing it forward but into Bentancur. It bounces for Jones. Jones takes it up towards the edge of the area. Gakpo, this is dangerous. Left-footed ball across. Szoboszlai with a header from near the penalty spot, but straight at Kinski, who was able to gather the ball into his yellow jersey.
Yeah, it's far too easy though for Liverpool just to go through the thirds. It finds its way out to Gakpo. Gakpo just chips it into the box, and Szoboszlai from maybe, 12, 14 yards free header. But
Kinski passes it out of play. An unforced error again from the young goalkeeper, 21 years old. Throw-in taken by Liverpool. Bradley beats Bentancur and then plays it across, and a stab by Nunez, but wide of the near post. It's sort of snapshot by Nunez, but just couldn't get it on target into the bottom corner.
yeah, nice little bit of skill from Conor Bradley down the right-hand side. I think he might have got a little legs on Ben Davies there and sticks into a box, and Nunez just sticks a leg out. Gets the outside of his foot on it, hits the near post and goes out for a goal kick, but Spurs a little bit lax in possession in their own final third yet again.
The official tally, Dion, of Tottenham fans in here tonight is 5,984. I must say as well, I don't think an 8 o'clock kickoff does them any favours, does it?
No.
In a match that could go to extra time and penalties.
Absolutely, I think there might be a few phone calls in the morning.
However,
Can't make it.
With this scoreline, they won't need to worry about that. I think they'll be disappointed, actually, with what they've seen so far. But I think the changes are interesting from Ange Postecoglou. We might see more from Tottenham now, but I guess that'll probably increase the chances of Liverpool getting another one.
Yeah, and I think we've seen more of Son already. I mean, Kulusevski going into the middle of the park. He's rolling the ball out to Son at every opportunity. I just think you need to get Son more in the game. You need your effective players, your best players, to really take charge of this game if you're in a white shirt.
Yeah, Son, who's got an excellent goal-scoring record here. He scored in his last 4 appearances at Anfield for Tottenham, but he has not had even the faintest whiff of a chance.
No, he
tonight.
hasn't. He hasn't. He's really been elusive. I mean, in the first half, he must have had 2 or 3 touches. He hasn't done anything at all. Kulusevski's been quiet too.
Long pass from Kelleher over the top. Davis wins that against Szoboszlai, but Salah drives it on and then gives it to his left to Jones. And now Gakpo shoots across goal and it clips the far post. It just sort of glanced the face of the post. That's it, 6 inches away from 3-0 Liverpool, but it's out for a throw instead.
Yeah, it is, and it's a really good ball. It's a great ball from Jones. He forces Gravenberch to get into a dangerous area, but he's got to square it. He really has. Nunez has made a brilliant run down the centre of the goal. He's 6 yards out. He's in front of his defender. If he just rolls it across to his centre forward, he gets a tap in. That's a bit greedy for me.
2-0 Liverpool, and they lead 2-1 on aggregate. With this scoreline, it's going to be a Liverpool-Newcastle Carabao Cup final. What about the Women's League Cup semi-final? Sohail Sahi.
I think we've got a winner in the 95th minute. It's Arsenal 1, Manchester City 2. The ball was bobbling about on the edge of Arsenal's penalty area. Mary Fowler picked it up, drilled it home, low left-footed. Arsenal, the holders, look like they're going out, John. Arsenal 1, Manchester City 2.
And with the scoreline here, it's Tottenham who'll be going out and Liverpool who'll be going through. Liverpool with the ball. Gakpo, though, is well challenged by Kulusevski. Then Porro, long pass for him. Tottenham are suddenly looking a little more like their Postecoglou selves. A long pass for Tell to chase, but Bradley's done extremely well and just held him off and allowed the ball to bounce out of play for a throw.
Yeah, he was in such a good position there for a fullback. He knew the ball was going to go over his head, but he just kept his body in between Tell and the ball and just shepherded it out. Strong, confident.
Again, Conor Bradley's name is sung by the Liverpool supporters. Trent Alexander-Arnold is here tonight. He's sitting with Alisson behind the Liverpool substitutes, the injured Alexander-Arnold. Bradley playing it forward again for Gravenberch. Gravenberch stretches, almost Patrick Vieira-like there, Gravenberch. And now Robertson forward to Gakpo. Gakpo against Porro, coming in field, and then tried to angle it back, but Porro did well, actually, got himself back into position, cut out the pass, plays a crossfield pass that Son's going to struggle to keep in, and actually does very well to win a throw-in off Bradley. 25 minutes to play, Dion. Liverpool heading through. Gakpo and Salah with the goals.
There's more chances in this game yet, John. Lots more chances. At least 2 or 3 more chances for both sides. For Spurs to get back into it. For Liverpool to go ahead even more. So it's not over yet. Not by a long shot.
Mo Salah with the penalty that he scored. That's 13 goals against Tottenham in all competitions for Liverpool. So he equals Ian Rush's record for goals for Liverpool against Tottenham. One of the greats. You and I bumped into Phil Thompson as well, didn't we, tonight in the corridor? Another one of the greats.
I mean, if you're on any list at all when it comes to Ian Rush, you've done well, regardless of what it is. I don't know what it is, but if you're on that list, you've done something right.
Liverpool playing the ball back to their goalkeeper, Kelleher. The songs ringing around Anfield. Szoboszlai just challenged by Bentancur, and then Kulusevski leans into Szoboszlai, and Tottenham have got it again. This is more positive for Spurs as Darwin Núñez tackles back on Kulusevski, and then he does his bit trying to raise the crowd as well. Núñez out of play for a throw-in to Tottenham. Gray to take this, having changed position. Gray takes the throw into Bentancur. That wasn't much of a pass back to him though, and Bradley's able to volley it away towards the halfway line. Danso heads it forward, but that bounces out. And we can get back to Meadow Park for the full-time score with you, Sohail Sahi.
Yeah, it's ended, John. Arsenal 1, Manchester City 2. So Arsenal, the holders, have been beaten. A 95th minute winner by Mary Fowler sent City into the League Cup final. Caldante, she levelled the game up from the penalty spot for Arsenal. Fowler then missed 3 minutes later from 12 yards, but she made up with that winning goal in the 95th minute. So it's Chelsea against Manchester City on March the 15th at Pride Park in Derby in the Women's League Cup final. Full-time, Arsenal 1, Manchester City 2.
Yeah, more on that later. 5 Live Sport on air till 10:30 tonight, so we'll have reaction. If you don't hear it then, it'll be on the Football Daily, I'm sure. From BBC Sounds, all live BBC radio is there, including Gary Lineker's recent interview with Arne Slot, actually. That's on the Football Daily feed. So look out for that. Well worth listening to, I hear, as Spence breaks away down the right-hand side for Tottenham, then cuts back. Still Spence, takes it back into the penalty area, and then goes for goal himself from, well, that was optimistic, but it flashed wide of the near top corner and behind goal kick.
Yeah, Robertson gets a high five there from his captain. I mean, he's out of place. Gets back in again. Spence is dropping his shoulder to the left, drops his shoulder to the right. He's just about to strike him, and Robertson gets back into a very, very good defensive position. And his captain says, well done, that's what I want to see.
We're into the last quarter of the match. The second leg of this semi-final where Liverpool are now in charge. Salah does well, holds off the challengers, gives it to Szoboszlai. His ball across is cut out by Bergvall, sliding back on the edge of his own penalty area, and that just sent it wide, shoveled it wide and behind for a corner to Liverpool.
Yeah, you know, for the first time tonight, Szoboszlai's picked the wrong pass. I mean, he's on the right-hand side. Spurs defenders are sprinting back towards their own goal. Gakpo and Jones on the far post. If he just lifts it over, they've got a volley inside the box. He chose a ping, just didn't find his way through. Another corner for Liverpool. Robertson's over to take it.
Liverpool with their noses in front, but it is still finely poised. Another goal for Liverpool, and that's surely them in the final at Wembley. If Tottenham were to get a goal, then it's back all square. Corner for Liverpool though. Robertson again backs away, left-footed ball into the 6-yard box. Kinski comes, was nowhere near it, and in the end it was Konate who got his head to it in amongst a crowd of players, but could only send it up and over the top. And I think he might have actually collided heads. There might have been a clash of heads in there as he made contact with it. Yes, there was, with Bentancur. If you remember Bentancur was stretchered off in the first leg.
Yes.
And there was real concern for him. But,
absolutely. And again, it was
that wasn't too serious, but I think he's okay here.
Yeah, he's on his feet. I mean, he's a big, strong lad. It's going to take a lot to stop him carrying on. He's running back. He's getting back into position now.
Liverpool, just to underline their power, McAllister's going to come on, World Cup winner, and Diogo Jota as well. So we thought we'd see Luis Diaz, but not yet. Instead, it's going to be Jota, who's had another little spell out injured recently. 2-0 Liverpool lead, 20 minutes to go. Kelleher, long and high through the middle for Jones, but it was headed away. Offside flag, I think, has gone up, so it's a free kick for Tottenham that they will take now back into the centre circle. Bentancur to Bergvall. Bergvall then taps it back to Davis. And here is Danso, the new Tottenham number 4. That is the squad number for the Austrian international. Long crossfield pass from Porro, picks out Son, controls it, 25 yards from goal, still in a wide position. Then uses Archie Gray here on the left flank. Gray's cross, and Kelleher actually has to come across and push it up and over the top of the crossbar. Although I think
the ball went out and came in again.
Yeah, it says it went out and came back in, or perhaps even was over the bar before it was touched by Kelleher.
Yeah. I mean, Nunez is coming off now, actually. Nunez is coming off, John, but they love him, don't they? The amount of work he gets through. He might not be prolific. He might not be the silkiest player Liverpool have ever had in that number 9 shirt, but he puts the shift in every single time for this football club, and these fans appreciate it.
Yeah, Jota coming on for Nunez and McAllister into the midfield for Curtis Jones, who is applauding all around Anfield as he leaves the field. The still relatively new England international from the autumn, scoring on his debut in Athens unforgettably. A little slap of hands with Arne Slot, who with every minute that goes by is getting closer to leading Liverpool to Wembley. Never been to Wembley, Arne Slot, but Liverpool 2-1 up on aggregate and heading back to Wembley as the holders after their victory under Jurgen Klopp in this competition last season. Tottenham facing the possibility of more agony, chasing their first trophy since 2008, and now it's getting to the sharp end here. Kulusevski, though, Liverpool have lost possession. Bradley dispossessed. Gray to Kulusevski. Kulusevski forced away from the penalty area by the newly arrived Jota, but keeps possession. Bentancur, then Bergvall, and now Danso is going to have a little scurry forward, gives it to Son. Son, his ball across, that's blocked, comes back to Son, pokes it back to Danso, then a touch on the edge of the area from Tell, but Liverpool are able to cut it out and pass it forward to Jota. Tottenham have got men back, and indeed Bentancur is able to just nick the ball away from Jota, and Spurs start again from halfway inside their own half. Less than 20 minutes to go. Bentancur back towards Ben Davis. Ben Davis just helps it forward, still in possession, and then a long left-footed ball. That's asking a lot of Son, and Kelleher comes right to the edge of the penalty area and stretches high and catches the ball, then underarms it out to Bradley. Bradley's pass forward to Szoboszlai, still inside his own territory. Salah then helps it forward towards Gravenberg. Gakpo's available on the left-hand side. He uses him. Tottenham trying to get men back. Gakpo back to Gravenberg. Gravenberg just outside the D. Gets it back from Szoboszlai. Gravenberg with a shot. Hits the outside of the post. Kinski diving down to his right. Whether he had it covered or not, I don't know. But outside of the post and behind. Goal kick.
Just Liverpool weighing up their options. Could have gone right to Salah. Could have gone left to Jota. Great strike as well. Really good strike. Just low. Left-hand post.
So now Gakpo has hit the upright with his effort, and Gravenberg with that one. Liverpool so close to the third goal on the night that would probably finish Tottenham off. Bergvall to Spence. Porro makes a run forward, comes back to the blonde-haired Swedish teenager, and now Ben Davis back to Danso. And then he uses Spence again, who's dropped back behind Porro, and then in comes the challenge from Robertson to win it back from Porro. Excellent tackle from the Scotland captain. McAllister with the gloves on through the middle. First time touch from Bradley. Szoboszlai to win it, surely! Past Kinski and into the net for a third Liverpool goal on the night. Dominic Szoboszlai, a flowing Liverpool move that entered the goal that probably takes them to Wembley. 3-0 Liverpool against Tottenham, 3-1 on aggregate.
I mean, that's just incredible. I've got to say, Conor Bradley there, just taking the initiative. McAllister's looking to play a ball from the centre of the pitch out to Mo Salah. But the great thing about this goal is Conor Bradley's come off his right wing, or should I say right back position, and he's cut the ball out, played it into Szoboszlai. Szoboszlai runs into the box, 2 yards inside the box, and he just side foots it past the keeper. Conor Bradley's weight of pass is brilliant. McAllister's weight of pass is brilliant. Szoboszlai's finish is brilliant.
The touch from Bradley,
Outstanding.
He's very, very good at that, isn't he? Coming forward, he's a real option there. The energy that he has, you know, that's the right back surging through on the edge of the penalty area.
Absolutely, and the confidence he has to take the ball on, to make sure that he's the one that's going to play the pass, and then he gets back into a defensive position.
Well, they've got the cushion now, Liverpool. 3-1 on aggregate. Tottenham have got to score twice without reply just to take this to extra time. And there is not much sign of that happening. I'm still not sure if Keller has actually had a save to make in the match.
Well, his kick looks pretty clean to me, so possibly not.
Difficult to tell, though, with it being all black. But no, I think he's had a quiet night, really. And the statistics back up the fact that Tottenham are yet to have an attempt on target, and that's disappointing, isn't it? For an Ange Postecoglou team not to have an attempt on target. We wouldn't have been expecting that.
Absolutely not. I'd have expected Kelleher to have made 4 or 5 saves in the first half, 4 or 5 saves in the second half.
As Tell dropping deep, finds a pass to Son down the left wing. Konate keeping up with him. Son into the box now, onto his left foot, goes for goal. See, it's the crossbar. From the angle, he whipped it goalwards, hit the face of the bar, and rebounded away out of play on the far side.
Yeah, he just does what he does, Son, one-on-one with Konate. He drops his right foot, bit of a lollipop with his right foot over the ball, goes to his left. And he's only about, 6 yards on the angle. Strikes it past Kelleher into the centre of the crossbar, and it's gone out. He hit it that hard, it went out for a throw-in on the opposite side of the pitch.
5 live from the BBC. Liverpool 3, Tottenham 0. Listen, if you're on the move on BBC Sounds, looks like Liverpool are on the way through. I should learn my lesson, you know, Dion, with Tottenham and generally with football. Just when I'd said that about needing 2 goals without reply, took me back to Amsterdam in the Champions League semi-final when they came back from seemingly totally out of it. Here's Kulusevski now trying to find a way through. Remember Lucas Moura with the goals in that unforgettable match against Ajax. McAllister involved in the 3rd goal so well. Here's Szoboszlai, who scored it, his 5th goal of the season, scored in the last home match against Ipswich. Liverpool, top of the Premier League. They've won the group, the new Champions League phase, so number 1 seeds for the round of 16. Still going in the FA Cup. They're at Plymouth on Sunday afternoon, and here they are, seemingly on the way to the final of the Carabao Cup as the holders. Here's Szoboszlai, another flowing move. Robertson's involved in this now. Robertson shoots, it's deflected off Porro, which took it up and over and behind for another Liverpool corner. He had options there, Andy Robertson, but he went for glory.
Yeah, he did. He's taken 2 touches. He's thinking, I've got Gakpo outside. Miss Salah's just stayed away on the far side. Jota's made a run as well, as you would expect, but his eyes lit up. He could see the whites of the goal, but he took his shot on and it took a deflection. Are we into the 20s yet when it comes to corners? Wow, it's got to be 14 or 15. I've never known so many corners.
9 and 4,
Crazy.
13 we're on to, I think. Corner then from the left in that corner of Anfield where the glass-fronted police box is up above where this is going to be swung in into the 6-yard area and headed in, and it's Van Dijk. 4-0 now, Liverpool in the semi-final. That seals it. Liverpool are going back to Wembley as the holders of the Carabao Cup. They stormed through it tonight in the end, and the captain has topped it off. 4-0 on the night, 4-1 on aggregate.
It's too easy, far too easy. I mean, it's one of the best corners of the night. Out of all the 14, 4 or 5 have hit the near post and hit the first man, which were poor in the first half. But it's an absolute beauty. It's curled in. It's centre of the goal. It's 6 yards out. The biggest player's there. The player that wants it the most is Virgil van Dijk. And there's hardly a challenge on him. Hardly a challenge. The Spurs players are jumping. They've turned their back on him. They're not really wanting to defend it. And it's a really good header from Van Dijk. Spurs, towards the end of this game, have looked a little toothless.
And it's the man who scored the winning goal in the final last season, Virgil van Dijk, who scores the goal that clinches their place in this season's final. And Liverpool going to make another couple of changes now. Salah's off, Harvey Elliott's on, Luis Diaz as well, replacing Gakpo. So 2 of the goal scorers, Gakpo and Salah, on a slot. That's pretty much him saying, yep, the job is done here. Salah and Gakpo. They've got Everton to play at Goodison Park in that rearranged match next Wednesday. Tottenham also bringing on Mikey Moore for Ben Davies. But it's gone for Tottenham. It's gone for Ange Postecoglou. They're still going in the FA Cup. They've got a big tie on Sunday night. You'll hear commentary on that. Aston Villa against Tottenham, the old Premier League match at Villa Park. One of our many commentaries on 5 Live and Sports Extra from the FA Cup 4th round over the course of the coming days. Still going in the Europa League, but it's not going to be this competition if they're going to win that trophy in his 2nd season.
Yeah, you know what? The first half kind of summed up Spurs. Liverpool got the ball in the first 5-10 minutes and they just went straight back into a 5-4-1. No press, no energy, and it really played into Liverpool's hands. That's what they want.
So Liverpool pull forward again. We've still got 6 minutes or more to play. 4-0 on the night. And Robertson now receives it, and Robertson's ball across, and Spence had to be sharp to clear it on the edge of the 6-yard area in McAllister now as Liverpool have possession back. So a Liverpool-Newcastle final then, Dion, as the ball just runs away over there on the far side now to play for a throw into top.
And you know what, John, I don't even think Liverpool have got into, the high gears tonight. I think they've kind of not coasted through this game. They've turned it on when they've needed to. They've played the ball a little bit quicker and they've concentrated a little bit harder when they needed to, but they haven't consistently been on it tonight. It just goes to show where Spurs are. I mean, Son tonight's really done nothing. A few little bits on the far post. Kulusevski's not really done a lot. Bentancur's not really had a chance. He hasn't had the ball. Pretty poor.
Yeah, Tottenham have lost possession. Liverpool again. It's headed across the penalty area. Diaz is after this, and now a chance on the corner of the 6-yard box from Jota, who was stretching for it, and it was deflected wide actually, with Kinski diving down to his right, and it's yet another corner.
Yeah, you expect Jota, anything in and around the box, you expect Jota to score every single time.
Came off Archie Gray's backside, I think, that took it wide.
Even I know this is number 15.
So, corner from the left. This time, Van Dijk scored from the last one from that side. Here's the delivery from McAllister, which is headed away for Tottenham by Bentancur. And then Szoboszlai comes through the challenge on the edge of the box. And that is given as a free kick for the challenge by Spence. So a free kick to Liverpool just outside the penalty area. Just over 5 minutes to play, and Liverpool in complete control now.
Yeah, complete. I mean, it's a ridiculous challenge from Spence. I mean, he just dives in, he leaves the ground, he dives in at Elliott's feet and gives Liverpool a free kick in a really dangerous area. About 10 yards in from the corner of the box, infield, 25 yards out, Szoboszlai's over it.
Yep, Szoboszlai and Robertson Harvey Elliott makes himself available just to the right if they want to use that option. Referee just lining up the wall, just looking to the other end of Anfield as well. Now red seats, lots of red seats appearing in the Tottenham section. Great disappointment for them. All of these barren years, 17 years without a trophy. Liverpool with the free kick. Szoboszlai just curls it in and it's headed down and wide. It's Jota.
Is that Jota or Diaz?
I think it's
Jota.
It is Jota. He is, for a man the size that he is so effective in the air, in the opposing penalty area. But he couldn't get that one on target, and now Kwanzaa is going to replace Van Dijk. So Gakpo's off, Salah's off, and now Van Dijk is going to be cheered off as well. You don't often see him substituted, but having scored the goal that has effectively sealed their place in the final, off he comes, clapping his hands, and Jarrell Kwanzaa will come on to replace him.
Yeah, captain's performance. What he does do, what people don't know with Virgil van Dijk, and you very rarely see as well, he's always organising, pushing players, telling them where to go, shouting, you go there, play quick, play slow. Very much the conductor in this side. Gets a massive hug from his manager, lots of high fives from the staff. Well done, Virgil van Dijk, job well done.
Yes, he's given a pat by Arne Slot, the manager who's about to lead Liverpool to a cup final, his first cup final as the Liverpool manager, and this extraordinary first season for him continues. Arne Slot, as Gray passes it forward, Tell on the chase, but Kanata will get there first. He was the subject of Tony Livesey's floodlit fact of the day last night as well. Arne Slot, Tony's question was, what did a former teammate of his at NAC Breda say that Arne Slot never does as Liverpool win a free kick inside their own half, a foul on Diaz? It was, does he not drink? Does he not watch movies? Or does he not swear, Dion?
I'm going to go for not drink.
No, that's what I said. But he never swears, apparently. That was the answer. That was the fact of the day last night.
It's a very good habit to have,
isn't it? Here's Bradley, particularly when you're a broadcaster, as Kelleher plays the ball out towards the left-hand side. It's flicked by Diaz, but then tackled out of play by Danzo. Late goal back for Doncaster Rovers, Chesterfield winning 4-2, and then they've suddenly scored another one, so it's 5-2, Chesterfield winning 5-2 against second place Doncaster Rovers in the night's match in League 2. This time tomorrow, if you're listening to 5 Live, you'll be listening to Manchester United against Leicester City in the 4th round of the FA Cup, as Elliott helps it forward to Szoboszlai, and now Diaz passes it behind Jota, and Tottenham will be able to deal with that one. Well, they should do. Mikey Moore, now the teenager who just scored his first goal for the club last week in the Europa League. Actually, the ball didn't go out of play, so Liverpool come again, and they've got a scoreline now, which really is in keeping with the match that we've seen here tonight.
I would agree. I would agree that Liverpool have taken charge of this game for 65, 70 minutes. Passed it well, moved well, really haven't had to work too hard for this result at all against a really poor Spurs side that really haven't offered anything at all going forward when it comes to good, potent finishes.
Singing Arne Slot's name as well, as they were urged to do by Jurgen Klopp at the end of last season when he was on the microphone here at Anfield. In the last half hour of 5 Live Sport, we'll try and bring you live interviews from down in the tunnel. We're on air till 10:30 tonight before Tony Livesey is back on the air. And I would point you as well towards, we've got another of the Commentators' View podcasts being recorded in the morning. You'll find that on the Football Daily feed in the morning when Ali Bruce Ball is away this week, so the great Jackie Oatley is joining us in the morning, so look out for that tomorrow. Here is Bergvall turning away from trouble, playing the ball back to Gray on the edge of the box. But these are just the final moments of Tottenham in this competition this season. They've had some run, you know, Tottenham, having knocked out Manchester United and Manchester City, but coming up against the team of the season so far, Liverpool in the semi-finals, has been a step too far for them as Danso passes it forward. There'll be 3 minutes of added time at the end of the match as you are now hearing Kanate heading it away, Bergvall trying to get there, Kulusevski, and then Spence down into the full-back position, goes for the back heel. Spence in on the challenge again after the first back heel was blocked, and then Son goes for a curler that Kelleher allows to curl over the crossbar and clipping the netting on the roof.
Yes, I mean Spurs have kind of played into Liverpool's hands tonight. The players that you expect to affect a game for Spurs, and coming here with that slight advantage as well. They should have done more with it. They should have hung on to it for longer. It should have meant more to these Spurs players. I'm not really seeing the body language of a side that had an advantage when they came. They came here, they sat back, they waited, and they've got what they deserved for waiting.
4-0 is the scoreline. This is the third consecutive season that Tottenham have come to Anfield and conceded 4 goals. Liverpool, who put 6 past them at the Tottenham Stadium just before Christmas in the 6-3. Yes, Kelleher. Hopes were raised by that performance in the first leg, but Liverpool have snuffed it out. Still only 1-0 at half-time, with 3 goals in the second half. That Salah penalty, that brilliantly taken penalty, and then Szoboszlai and Van Dijk scoring further goals. And Liverpool now just coasting towards the final against Newcastle. So one of the many finals that Newcastle have had, 5 of them in all since they last won a major trophy. Oh, as it's given away at the back, given away to Son, and then Son couldn't find the pass forward. That rather summed things up for Tottenham, and Liverpool actually break with Luis Diaz. Luis Diaz comes infield as You Never Walk Alone strikes up now around Anfield. Here's Elliott on the right for Liverpool. Elliott's ball infield. Bradley trying to find a way past Bentancur and Bergvall, but the Tottenham players are able to dispossess him, and actually Spurs go back towards the edge of the penalty area. Yes, Newcastle have been in 5 finals since they won the Fairs Cup back in the 60s, and the first of them was against Liverpool in the 1974 final. It's one of the earlier ones I remember, Dion, probably slightly before your time. Slightly.
I was 5.
Well, maybe not. Here's Elliott, edge of the area. Elliott gets it down on his left foot. In comes the challenge from Bergvall just when Elliott was looking to add to the total. Tottenham have been able to work it away. Yes, Kevin Keegan was one of the key men back in those days as the ball's out of play, throwing to Liverpool inside their own half. And Newcastle were well beaten then. And Tottenham have been well beaten here tonight in the second leg of this semi-final as Craig Pawson blows the final whistle. Liverpool handsome winners, 4-0. It's going to be a Liverpool-Newcastle Carabao Cup final